our practice. Welcome to your Vinyasa flow practice. This is a flow to remind us that today is a brand new day. And so we will get started in our practice standing up today, which is a little bit different. We're used to sitting down and centering ourselves seated, but this is going to be one where we invite ourselves to come into a place of centering as we stand ourselves up. And you can face the front of your mat. I'm going to face you so that it's easier for you to see me, but feel free to face at the front of your mat, feet hip-width apart. Relax your arms down along your sides. If it feels comfortable for you to close your eyes all the way, I invite you to do so. If that's not comfortable for you, or maybe it challenges your balance a little bit, you can just take a soft gaze down toward the ground. And as we arrive into this space and time for our practice here on this beautiful morning, let's take a cleansing breath together. Full inhale through your nose. Long exhale out the mouth. And just begin to get grounded in this moment and notice the soles of your feet rooted down into your mat, rooted down into the earth. And can you pay attention to everything that you feel in all four corners of your feet? Or even your toes used for balance and keeping you upright. And just imagine that you are drawing energy up from the earth, through your feet. Notice the steadiness in your feet and up through your legs, into your hips, into the space of your core, the front side of the abdominal wall and the back side of your lower back, all the way up through your spine, through the crown of your head as you relax your shoulders down away from your ears. See if you can open up through your chest and heart a little bit. Squeeze your shoulder blades in toward each other. Smile through the collarbones. And as you stand up nice and tall here with this foundation for your practice, I invite you to take your right hand to your belly and your left hand to your heart and stand up a little bit taller. And as you stand here present in this moment, just remind yourself that today is a new day. You're not living for yesterday or the past. We don't know what the future holds and what tomorrow might bring, and so what we have is today, is this moment. I like to say that we always have the opportunity to start our day over again anytime we need. And so it could be at lunchtime, it could be after work, it might be right before bed. We can always start our day new. We can take a deep breath, release anything we're carrying with us and say, okay, this is new. This is a new moment. It's a new part of my day. And so our practice today is centered around this idea of reminding ourselves that today is a fresh start. Today is a brand new opportunity to invite in whatever it is that we need in our life. So as you breathe deeply, start to invite in what it is that you need today. If you start to notice that your mind is telling stories from the past, something that frustrated you or bothered you yesterday, or something you're carrying with you in your physical body and your mind from any day. See if you can allow your mind to be fully present and invite yourself into the space of fully being here today. And embracing the sun rising on this new day. Embracing the opportunity to be able to bring in the intentions that you would like to have on this brand new day. The energy that you would like to invite into your mind, your body, and your spirit. Whatever that energy is that you're bringing in on this beautiful new day, I invite you to use your breath to circulate that energy around. As we move, as we gently flow, invite that type of energy, that uplifting energy or motivating energy or that calming energy, whatever it is that you need. Just imagine that it swirls around your body. It moves into the space of your lungs and out into every corner of your body with every breath in and every breath out, bringing in the things that you would like to have on this beautiful day. Soften through your face, relax through your shoulders, release through your belly. And as you find that softening, stand up just a little bit taller, reach the crown of your head up toward the sky. And keep that energy that you are inviting in for your day on this brand new day to circulate as you breathe. Start to cultivate Ujjayi breath if you haven't already, breathing in through your nose and exhaling out the back of your throat. Keep your lips sealed as you breathe. Take a full inhale through your nose, yogis, and a long exhale out the mouth. Release your hands down to your sides. If you'd like to keep your eyes closed, feel free to do so. Start to heel toe your feet out a little bit more, a little wider than your hips. Turn your toes to face out. On your inhale, sweep your arms up to the sky. Gather positive energy. Exhale, bring your hands to heart center as you gently come down into Malasana. Take your time. Use your hands if you'd like. It might even feel good to take a little wiggle from side to side. If this is too much in the hips first thing in practice or just at any time, you can use a stack of books or blocks if you have them, and you can always bring your hands down to blocks and use that as support. Make sure that your knees are pointed in the same direction as your toes. And keep your knees nice and healthy. And again, if it feels good for you, take a nice little wiggle from side to side. Press your hands together, thumbs toward your chest. Lift your heart up just a little bit more. Come into center if you're swaying side to side. Lift up through your heart space a little bit higher. Take one more deep breath in. As you exhale, bring your hands down toward the earth. Start to lift your hips to the sky. Heel toe your feet in toward each other. Toes face forward. Take a moment here. Grab opposite elbows with your hands. Make a frame for your head to fall down into. And gently sway from side to side. From side to side. Nice gentle release. Switch the crossing of your arms so the opposite forearm is in front. Gently nod your head yes. Take a little shake of your head side to side. Imagine that any of the things that you're carrying with you from any other day prior can just melt out of the crown of your head, release into the earth, and transmute into more useful energy. If you're swaying side to side, come back into center. Take one more inhale with your hands as they are. Exhale, release your hands down toward the ground. If your feet are still wide, bring them about hip width apart, or you can bring them right next to each other. Bring your hands to your shins, lift halfway up, flat back, take an inhale. Exhale, fold back down toward the ground. 2 more like this. Inhale, lift halfway up. Exhale, release back down. 1 last time. Inhale, lift halfway up, wake up the spine. Exhale, lower down, put a bend in your knees, plant your hands down, step back into a plank pose for just a moment. Deep breath here in plank. Exhale, lower your knees down to the ground, come into tabletop pose, all fours. Let's come into a nice gentle cat-cow here with your fingertips spread nice and wide. Inhale, open up through the chest and heart. Belly scoops down, tail to the sky. Exhale, round through your back, chin toward your chest. Again, like this. Inhale, open up. This time, tuck your toes. And then as you exhale, round your back and press the tops of your feet back down on the mat. 2 more like this. Inhale, open up, tuck your toes. Exhale, untuck the toes as you round your back. 1 more time, yogis. Inhale, open up, tuck your toes, find a nice stretch in the feet, the ankles. Exhale, round the back, untuck the toes, press the tops of your feet into the mat. Come back into a neutral tabletop pose here. Tuck your toes, come into downward facing dog. Take your time to press up and back and give yourself a little bit of time here to paddle out your dog. Take your dog for a nice little stroll. The horses are saying good morning. Just be here with everything that is today and allow this brand new day to bring whatever it is that it needs to bring. The lessons that we have to learn, the new opportunities that we have. Just allowing ourselves to be here with the body we have today as well. Just feeling into everything that you feel here today without any judgment. Start to relax your heels down toward the ground. Come into your neutral downward facing dog. You can always keep a bend in your knees if that feels better for you. Keep rooting through your hands into the earth. Start to reach your right leg up toward the sky. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, knee to chest, shoulders over your wrists. Again, 3-legged down dog. Right leg lifts up, inhale. Exhale, knee to chest. Inhale, lift your leg back up to the sky. Exhale, knee to chest and pause here. Nice strong core. Take another deep breath all the way in. Exhale, step your right foot in between your hands, top of the mat. You can always use your right hand to get it there. And then lower your back knee down to the ground. If you'd like to pad the back knee up, feel free. You can double up your yoga mat here. Give yourself a little extra padding for that knee. Rise up onto your fingertips. Take a deep breath all the way in. As you exhale, start to straighten your front leg, right toes to the sky. It doesn't have to be perfectly straight. You can keep a bend in the knee. Rebend your front knee. Inhale, open up through your chest and heart. Exhale, straighten into the front leg, toes to the sky. 1 more time. Rebend the knee. Take an inhale, open up. Exhale, straighten into the leg. Crawl your hands back. If you'd like to use books or blocks, feel free. You can bring your hands to something to let the ground meet you just a little bit more. Lift up through your heart space, toes toward the sky. Take a couple more breaths here and start to open up through the back side of your body. Notice what you feel in your hamstring, in your calf. Toes toward the sky. Nice flat back, maybe hinge at your hips just a little bit more. Take another inhale. As you exhale, start to come up just a little bit more. Turn your right toes over toward the right if you would like, and crawl your hands and your blocks over to the right. If this is too much, then just come back into center with your toes to the sky. You can keep your hands on the floor or blocks. Otherwise, right toes are pointed to the right. And you're taking a nice little gentle twist with your hands to the right. Some people can bring their hands all the way down. That doesn't feel so good in my body, especially at the beginning of the day or beginning of practice. So I like to use blocks here. Take a couple more breaths and breathe into the space where you feel this the most. Another full deep breath all the way in. Exhale, point the toes back up to the sky. Crawl your hands back to neutral. Rebend your front knee. Crawl your hands and blocks forward. Set your blocks aside. You might even bring them back to the center of the mat so you can reach them at the back of the mat. A nice little preview of what's going to happen here. Tuck your back toes, lift the back knee up, take a deep breath in. As you exhale, spin your back heel flat, start to crawl your hands over toward the left, point your right toes to the left and come into a wide-legged forward fold. A little bit of pigeon toe, toes turn in, heels kick out just ever so slightly. With your fingertips underneath your face, inhale, lift halfway up, flatten out your back. Exhale, fold all the way back down. Again like this. Inhale, lift halfway up. Exhale, release back down. One last time. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower down. Start to point your left toes over to the left, bend into your left knee. Keep your right leg straight, right toes to the sky. Come into Skandasana at the back of the mat. Woo. Notice what you feel. And then start to crawl your hands to the right leg, Skandasana on the other side. Left toes to the sky. This one can be quite a deep stretch. Just pay attention to what you need. Come back over to the left, Skandasana, right toes to the sky. You might keep the left heel down, maybe it lifts. My heel happens to lift. Back over to the right. Left toes to the sky. Last time, Skandasana to the back of the mat. Pause for a moment, take another deep breath in. As you exhale, slowly start to rotate your body to the back of the mat. And find a low runner's lunge at the back of the mat. Hands down to the ground. Step your left foot to meet the right foot. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, lower your elbows down to the mat. Come to forearm plank. If you'd like to lower your knees, feel free to do so. You can still find core engagement even with the knees lower. Tuck your tail toward your heels. Reach the crown of your head toward the front of your space. Pull your navel toward your spine. One long line of energy. And continue to breathe in the intention that you're bringing into your day, the energy that you need. Last 5. Keep breathing for 4. Relax through any tension in your face for 3. Oh my gosh, these seconds are lasting really long for 2. Take one more deep breath in. As you exhale, you could always lower the knees. Come back up into a plank pose. And let's find downward facing dog. Lift up and back. Deep breath in through your nose. Open the mouth, exhale, sigh the breath out. Release. Keep your hands rooted into the earth. Left leg lifts up toward the sky. Take an inhale. Exhale, knee to chest, shoulders over your wrists. Inhale, bring the leg all the way back up. Exhale, knee to chest. One more time, lift the leg up toward the sky. Take an inhale. Exhale, knee to chest. Pause here. Dome through your upper back. Take one more deep breath. Exhale, step your left foot forward. Lower your back knee. Pat it up if you'd like. Ready to grab for the blocks or the books if you've got them back there. Lift up through your heart space. Take an inhale. Exhale, straighten into your front leg. You can keep the knee bent if that feels better. Rebend the front knee. Inhale, open up through your heart. Exhale, straighten into your front leg. Toes to the sky. One more time, rebend your knee. Inhale, open, maybe a little smile on your face. Exhale, crawl your hands back, straighten into your front leg. Come into your half splits, grab your blocks if you'd like. Find a place that your back knee is happy. And sink into Ardha Hanumanasana, half splits. Check in with your body from the top of your head all the way down to your toes and just notice the things that you feel. Soften through any tension in your face. Breathe deeply. Send your breath into the backside of your leg, into everything that you feel today. Today is a brand new day. Even the places that feel a little bit challenging in our physical bodies are an opportunity to bring awareness to what we need, how we need to shift and change. You can stay here or rise up just a little bit more. Take an inhale. And exhale, point your left toes over toward the left. Crawl your hands over to the left. Bring your blocks with you if you've got them. And then just check in. If this side doesn't feel so good like this, then ease out somewhere. Pay attention. Breathe deeply. Soften through any extra tightness or tension in the neck. Relax through the shoulders. A couple more moments like this. Breathe into the space of the stretch. You might even bend your elbows and sink into it a little bit more. Take another full deep breath all the way in. With your exhale, bring the toes back to the sky as you crawl your hands and blocks forward once again. Rebend your front knee. Set your blocks aside. Tuck your back toes. Lift the back knee up. Take an inhale. Exhale, crawl your hands over to the right. Spin your left toes to the right. Both of your toes face the side of your mat as you wide-legged forward fold. Release down. Fingertips underneath your face. Inhale, lift halfway up, flatten your back. Exhale, lower back down. Two more like this. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower down. One last time. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Start to crawl your hands over to your right foot. Turn your right toes out a little bit. Bend the knee. And bring the left toes up toward the sky. Skandasana. I know some of my friends taking this class later are gonna laugh because they know that this is a really challenging pose for me. It's not one of my favorites. I don't teach it very often, but sometimes the things we resist are the things we need the most. So it's okay if this is a little bit challenging for you. Crawl your hands through to center, come over to the left, Skandasana on the other side. Right toes to the sky, breathe deep. Back over to the right. Left toes to the sky. Over to the left, almost there. Maybe you even bring your hands to your heart. Hands come back down, over to the right. Last time on this side. Both sides might be a little uneven, and that's okay. And then start to spin your body toward the front of the mat. Come into a low runner's lunge, hands down. Step your right foot back into plank pose. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, you guessed it. Let's come back into a forearm plank. Arms come down. Again, knees can lower as well, whatever you need. Pull your navel toward your spine. Lengthen your tailbone back. So if your booty's coming up into the air, see if you can lower your hips down here. Keep them in line with your shoulders. Breathe deeply. We're going to take a little rock forward and back. Two more like this. Forward and back. Try not to hold the breath. Come forward and back. Take one more deep breath in. Exhale, come back up into a plank pose. Downward facing dog. Ooh. That'll warm you up a little bit. Full inhale here, yogis. Open your mouth. Exhale, sigh it out. Come forward to plank pose, take an inhale. Exhale, bend the elbows, chaturanga. You can lower halfway down or all the way down. Cobra or upward facing dog, relax the tops of the feet down. Exhale, move your way back into downward facing dog. Take a deep breath here in down dog. As you exhale, look forward, a little bit different today. Step your right foot on the outer edge of your right hand. And then your left foot on the outer edge of your left hand and come down into Malasana, hands at your heart. Lift up a little bit here. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, release the hips down a little bit further. Take one more full deep breath. Exhale, hands come down, lift your hips up. Toes point forward, but keep your feet wide. Hands to your shins, lift halfway up, flat back, inhale. Fold all the way back down, exhale. Inhale, sweep your arms up toward the sky. Exhale, bring your hands to heart center. Point your toes out. Once again, knees point in the same direction as your toes. Inhale, reach your arms up. Listen carefully. Exhale, lower halfway down like you're coming into a chair. It's like a Malasana chair here. Feet are wide, toes are turned out. Take another deep breath in. Exhale, hands at your heart. Come all the way down into Malasana. Woo! Breathe deep. Make sure that your knees are happy. Lift up a little bit higher. Take an inhale. Exhale, hands come down. Hips to the sky. Heel toe your feet in. Toes point forward. Hands to your shins. Lift halfway up. Inhale. Exhale, hands come down. Step or hop back and move through Vinyasa. Cobra or upward facing dog. And downward facing dog here. Right leg lifts up. Take an inhale. Exhale, knee to chest, shoulders over your wrist, pause. Take another deep breath. Exhale, step your right foot in between your hands. Feet are hip width apart. Back heel spins flat. And let's rise up to warrior one. Reach your arms high. And check in with yourself here. If your back hip or your back just doesn't feel so good in warrior one, you can always pop your back heel up. That's always a good option here as well. Arms are lifting up toward the sky. Take a deep breath all the way in. Exhale, hands interlace behind your back. Drive your knuckles down toward the ground. Lift your heart up. Come into a gentle back bend. Inhale here. Exhale, humble warrior. Relax your head down. You can rest your chest on your right thigh or your right shoulder on the inside of your right knee. Squeeze your right hip in. Relax your head down. Breathe deeply. Squeeze your inner thighs in together. Press evenly through your feet. On an inhale, rise back up. Reach both arms up to the sky. Exhale, let's move through Vinyasa. Hands come down. Stay on your back toes. Lower slowly. Cobra or up dog. Make your way into downward facing dog. Good job, yogis. Left leg lifts up. Take an inhale. Knee to chest. As you exhale, stay here with your inhale. Exhale, step your foot forward, feet hip width apart, back heel spins flat, and let's rise up, warrior one, Virabhadrasana one. Both of our hips are pointed forward toward the front of the mat, and just notice, so if your hip starts to open up into a warrior two, see if you can, maybe you even widen your feet a little bit, point both hip bones forward toward the front of your space, arms lifted up to the sky for a few more moments, bend the front knee a little bit deeper. Back leg is straight, press down through the back, pinky toe into the earth. Full inhale, lift up. Exhale, hands interlace behind your back. Awkward interlace of the hands. The opposite thumb is on top this time. Lift up through your heart space. Maybe a little bit of a back bend. Lift a little higher. Take an inhale. Come into a gentle, humble warrior. Release down. Knuckles toward the sky. Bend the front knee a little bit more. You can always bring the shoulder on the inside of the leg if you want a little bit more challenge, but continue to squeeze your left hip in toward the center line. Palms touch if you can. Smile on the face even when it's challenging. Good, yogis. Inhale, rise all the way back up. Reach your arms up to the sky. Exhale through Vinyasa. Hands down, step your left foot back. Lower slowly with your breath. Cobra or up dog. Downward facing dog. Ooh. Deep breath in. Exhale. And we're going to flow this 2 times through. Nice and slowly here today. Just allowing this brand new day to be one of gentleness and of ease. Take an inhale here. Exhale, step your right foot outside of the right hand and left foot outside of the left hand. Come down into Malasana. Take a deep breath in like this, lift up. Exhale, hands come down, hips to the sky, point the toes forward, keep the feet wide. Hands to your shins, lift halfway up, inhale. Fold back down as you exhale. Inhale, sweep your arms up to the sky. Exhale, hands to your heart. Point your toes out, inhale, reach up. Exhale, lower halfway down into this chair. Take another deep breath in. Exhale, hands to your heart, all the way down to Malasana. Full inhale, lift your heart up. Exhale, hands down, heel toe your feet in. Lift halfway up, flat back as you inhale. Hands come down, step or hop back, find your Vinyasa. Make your way into downward facing dog. Right leg lifts up, inhale. Knee to chest as you exhale. Take a deep breath in here. Step your foot forward, back heel spins flat. Rise up, inhale, warrior one. Exhale, hands behind your low back, interlace your fingers. Lift your heart up, take a deep breath in. Humble warrior with your exhale. Take an inhale and humble warrior. Stay here with your exhale. Inhale, rise all the way back up, sweep your arms high, palms might connect. Vinyasa with your exhale. Left leg rises, inhale. Knee to chest as you exhale, stay here, deep breath in. Step your foot forward, back heel spins flat. With your inhale, rise up, warrior one. Hands interlace behind your back, awkward interlace. Take a deep breath in, lift your heart. Exhale, humble warrior, dive down. Take an inhale here. Stay here with your exhale. Inhale, rise all the way back up. Sweep your arms to the sky. Exhale through Vinyasa. If you'd like to skip Vinyasa at any time, you can just step back into downward facing dog, whatever your body needs today. Pause in downward facing dog. Take a deep breath all the way in. Exhale all the way out. One more deep breath in. Exhale, look forward. Step your feet wide, outer edges of your hands. Sink down into Malasana squat. Take an inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, hands down. Fold it forward, toes point forward, feet are wide. Hands to your shins, lift halfway, inhale. Fold down with your exhale. Inhale, arms reach up, feet are wide. Exhale, hands to your heart. Turn your toes out, heels in. Inhale, reach your arms high. Exhale, sink down into this wide-legged chair. Another deep breath in. Exhale, hands to your heart, sink all the way down Malasana. Deep breath in, lift your heart space. Exhale, hands down, heel toe the feet in as you lift your hips to the sky, forward fold. Halfway up, flat back, inhale. Hands down, step or float back, find your Vinyasa. Last time like this, yogis will add on a little bit here. Listen carefully, right leg lifts, inhale. Knee to chest as you exhale. Take another inhale here, strong core. Step your foot forward. Warrior one, inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale, hands behind your low back. Inhale, lift your heart space. Exhale, humble warrior. Take a deep breath in humble warrior. Long exhale out. Inhale, rise all the way back up and pause here. Relax through your shoulders, breathe deeply. Take a full inhale like this, yogis. And as you exhale, open up to warrior two. Heel toe your right foot over to the left. Open up your arms wide, relax through your shoulders. Notice you have a sneaky arm back there. Lift it up just a little bit. Relax a little bit more. Bend your front knee a little deeper. Reverse warrior. Take a deep breath in like this. Exhale, cartwheel the hands down. Pop the back toes up. You're in a low runner's lunge. Stay here, bring your hands to your heart, and then lift yourself all the way up here. I'm gonna face you so that you can see me. Keep your right foot down into the earth. Start to bring your left knee into your chest and hold onto your knee. Find some balance here. Take your right hand to your right hip and start to open your left knee over to the left. This might be plenty. You can stay right here. Breathe deeply. If you feel like you'd like a little bit more, you can take your left hand underneath your left foot on the inside, your arms on the inside of the leg. And again, you might just stay here. Maybe you take a full ballerina by straightening the leg, only to the degree that feels good for your body here. It's okay if you're shaking. It's okay if the knee is bent to any degree. Breathe deeply. Full inhale. Exhale, rebend the knee. Bring your knee forward, arms to the sky. Deep breath in. Exhale, step back into a crescent pose. Land the left foot to the back of the mat, arms high. Inhale, lift higher. Exhale through Vinyasa. Hands down. Step your foot back and lower slowly. Deep breath in. Downward facing dog. Last time, yogis. Left leg lifts up. Inhale. Knee to chest as you exhale. Stay here. Take another deep breath in. Exhale, step your foot forward. Back heel spins flat. Warrior one. Inhale, lift your arms high. Exhale, interlace your hands behind your back. Awkward interlace. Lift your heart up. Take a deep breath. Humble warrior. Lower down. Full inhale and humble warrior. Full exhale here. Inhale, rise all the way back up. Warrior one, arms lift high. pause here, breathe deeply. Sink a little lower through the front knee. And start to open your arms wide, heel toe your left foot over to the right. Warrior two. Relax your shoulders. Release any tension you might be carrying. Bend your front knee a little deeper. Come into the space of opening up through the hips a little bit more. Flip your front palm up. Reverse warrior. Inhale, reach back. Exhale, cartwheel your hands down. Make sure your feet are about hip width apart. Bring your hands to your heart. Bend the front knee a little bit more. Lift all the way up. Stand nice and tall. Keep your left foot rooted down into your mat. Start to bring your right knee into your chest. Hold on to your knee. Stand up tall. Take your left hand to your left hip. Start to open your right knee out to the right. And again, this might be plenty. You can stay here. You can always use a wall as well. Use your left hand for stability on a wall. Maybe you take your right hand to the bottom of your right foot. Again, that might be enough. Maybe you start to straighten into your right leg. And this leg might be a little different than the other leg. My hamstring's a little tighter on this side, and that's okay. So whatever is there today is perfectly fine. Just notice what you feel. Take a couple more breaths. Deep breath in. Exhale, rebend the knee. Bring your knee toward your chest. Lift your arms to the sky. Inhale. Step your right foot to the back of your mat. Come into crescent pose. Full inhale, lift your arms high. Last vinyasa, hands down. Step your left foot back. Lower with control. Find your gentle back bend. And make your way into downward facing dog. Deep breath in. Long exhale out. Whew. Lower your knees down to the ground. And then take a nice little wiggle side to side. Release through your hips. Good job, yogis. We're going to stand up on our knees. If you'd like to tuck your mat and bring your knees to the mat, you can. Lift up here. Stand up nice and tall. Tuck your toes if you'd like. If you'd like to take a camel pose with your feet flat on the ground, feel free, but it's a little bit deeper of a pose. I like to tuck my toes. From here, bring your hands behind your low back, fingertips either facing down or up. Start to lift your heart to the sky as you squeeze your elbows toward each other. Gently lean back, and this might be plenty. You might not even feel like you're in a back bend, and that's okay, but just start to lift your heart toward the sky, and you start to open up through your thoracic spine, your mid-spine, your mid-back. Take another inhale. As you exhale, maybe you start to bring your hands down to your heels. Lift up a little bit higher. Just because you can doesn't mean that you should, so pay attention to what your body needs. Breathe deeply. Another full inhale. Exhale, slowly bring your hands back up to your lower back with control. Take another deep breath, and then upright your spine. Let's make our way into child's pose. Untuck your toes. Come all the way forward. Allow your back to round forward in child's pose. Your arms might be out in front of you, or maybe you rest your forehead on your forearms. It might even feel good to take a little bit of a shift side to side. So rock the hips side to side. Deep breath all the way in. Exhale all the way out. Come up to tabletop pose, all fours. Crawl your knees forward, cross your feet behind you, make your way all the way onto your back. Lower all the way down, yogis. Bend your knees, place the soles of your feet down on the mat. Feet hip width apart. And start to bring your hands to your belly. And if you'd like to put your right hand on your belly, left hand on your chest, feel free, or both hands on your belly. Start to heel toe your feet out as wide as the mat. Keep your toes pointing forward. And gently windshield wiper your knees side to side. Super slow here. And allow these really gentle twists with your hips and your back to be a signal to your body that it's time to slow down. It's time to release everything that is not in this moment. And this moment right here is a new moment for today. It's a brand new day, no matter what time you're practicing. And a brand new day gives you the opportunity to invite in what you need. Bring your knees back up to the sky. And Shavasana today, if you'd like to straighten your legs all the way down for traditional Shavasana, feel free. If you'd like to take the soles of your feet together and open your knees, you can do that as well. Maybe place blocks under your knees. Relax your arms to your sides, palms face up. Release your body into stillness. Breathe deeply and just be. If you have extra time to rest and just release here in this moment, you can stay laying here for as long as it feels right for you. If you're ready to move back into this brand new day, start to bring your knees back to the sky if your knees are out wide. If your legs are straight, bend your knees, place the soles of your feet down on the mat. And stretch your arms overhead. Give yourself a nice, gentle stretch as you start your day over from this moment on. And remember that today is a new day. It's different than any other day that you've lived before. Keep your eyes closed. Gently roll over to one side of your body. Take your time to make your way up to a seat. Bring your hands together at heart center. Gently bow your head. And thank yourself for giving yourself this opportunity to practice. To not only practice the physical postures, the asana, but to give yourself this practice of inviting presence. Being fully aware that today is a brand new day and that you can choose the energy that you're inviting in. You can choose the attitude that you walk into your day with. See if you can, from one moment to the next, bring in that which you are choosing. Things don't have to be perfect around you for this day to be beautiful. Things don't have to be exactly the way that we expect them to be for it to be a wonderful day. We can celebrate little moments, little wins, and that is enough. So as you step back into the rest of your day, I invite you to truly be present with everything that today has to offer you. Thank you so much for taking your time to be here. The goodness and light within me honors the goodness and light within you.